and welcome to Rulebreaker. Today we're going to show you how to play this fantastic family game Camel Up, designed by Stefan Bogen, which won the Spiel des Jahres prize in 2014. Okay, this is what you get in the box. You got this big foldable board here. You've got these tiles, double-sided, Oasis and Desert tiles. You've got 5 cards for each player, double-sided. You got 5 camels, lots of these tiles, and money, which is broken down into coins and notes. A first player marker, and probably the most awesome piece in the set is this pyramid, which I'll show you in detail in a moment. To set up the game, you put the board in the middle of the table and you take the 5 dice and roll them, and you're going to match the results with where the camels will go at the start of the game. So as you can see, the orange die has rolled a 1, so the orange camel will start on the first space. Blue has rolled a 2, as has green, so we put those down. The order doesn't really matter at the start of the game, so I put blue down and then put green on top. And white and yellow have both rolled a 3, so we'll put those down, yellow down and white on top, like so. Next we'll take the pyramid and stick it down on this spot in the middle of the board, and as you'll see there's this kind of mechanism with an elastic band and a bunch of slots. What that's doing is it's allowing it to be closed so that the dice don't fall out, and pushing it in opens it. So you want to stick all 5 dice inside, close it, leave it there, ready to play. Next you'll take these tiles that have the pyramids on them, and we're going to stick these down on their space on the board, like so. You're also going to take these coloured camel tiles. There's 3 of each for each camel on the board. They range from 5, 3 to 2, and there you have spots along the top of the board here that you're going to want to put these down in that order, like that. And you're going to keep all of the money handy in some place where all players can reach it. So at the start of the game, this is what you'll have. And just to show these cards off, one side, the top side here, has 1 card for each colour camel: yellow, green, orange, white and blue, and they're all the same on the back. And you've got this Oasis tile, which doubles up as a desert tile, and you got your 3 coins. Once every player has all that stuff, you're ready to go. Camel Up is a betting game, gambling game. One misconception about the game that people have when they see it is that you control a camel and are trying to win a race. That's not the case at all. You are merely a bystander who is betting on the outcome of the race between the camels. On your turn, you can do one of 3 things. You can either take one of these pyramid tiles here, which you keep for that round, and that allows you to pick up the pyramid, give it a shake, turn it upside down, press this little button here. You'll hear 1 die fall out if you do it like this. Let go, pick it up, and see what the result is. So in this case it's a 2 on the blue camel, which means that the blue camel is going to move 2 spaces. As you can see here, he is in this spot and he's got the green camel on top. When he moves, he carries the green guy with him, so he goes 1, 2. So the blue camel has moved, so his die goes onto this tent just to indicate that he's already moved this leg. which means he won't move again until all the other camels have had a chance to move. So in this game there is an overall race from the start all the way around to the finish line, which is broken down into legs. A leg is when each of the 5 dice, blue, green, orange, yellow and white, has been rolled, and once they have, we determine who is in the lead at that point in time and pay out any bets that people have made on them. So I've shown you this action. One of the other actions that you can take is to take one of these betting tiles. So as you can see, there's a 5 on all of these top ones. So the earlier you bet on a camel, the better your reward is going to be. So I'll just pick this one up so we can look at it closely. So this means that if the blue camel places first out of all 5, the person who owns this tile will get 5 coins at the end of the leg. If the camel comes second out of 5, the person gets 1 coin, which is not too bad. However, if the camel comes third, fourth or fifth, the player with this tile loses a coin. So as you can see, there's a lot of risk reward in your bets, and trust me, in this game anything can happen, so there is no such thing as a sure thing. Alright, so another action that you can take is to use your tile, which on one side has an oasis and on the other side has a desert. You can place this down on any space that's not got a camel on it, so you can't put it in here or here, but you can put it here, either way. I'm going to put it like this on this turn, and then the next player over here would take their turn. They could also put one down, but they can't place it right next to another one. They can place it 2 away if they want. So let's say that that player decides to use the desert side. Now let's have a look at what these are in detail. So as you can see, the desert has this -1 while the oasis has a +1. That means that when a camel lands on either of these tiles, they'll move that way. So if, for example, the white camel was to roll a 2, he would go 1, 2. He'd land on this oasis with the +1 and he'd move forward like this. Again, if yellow was to also roll a 2, it would go 1, 2, and it would go +1, and because white is already there, it would go on top like this. Likewise, if green was to move and let's say he got a 3, he would go 1, 2, 3, which means that he's going to end up going back a space. Now the thing about going back a space when you land on a desert is, not only do you go back, you don't go on top of the guys behind you. You go on the bottom and they go on top. This is where a lot of the cool, fun, crazy random stuff happens in this game, when you think that a camel is in the lead and he ends up landing on a desert and everything changes in a heartbeat. The last action that you have available to you on your turn, you can use one of your cards. So this player here has 5 cards, one of each color. Okay, so you can only use 2 of these cards in the entire game, so you're going to want to really time these super well. If you have a look at the board, you'll see that there are 2 slots at the top. There's one here and one here. These are another place for you to gamble on the race, but unlike the tiles, these are for the entire race, so crossing the finish line. So if you wanted to, you could take a guess at any point in the game and say, I think the orange camel is going to win, and you would secretly, without any other player seeing, stick your card down on that space. Alternatively, you could say, I think on this space that the camel that's definitely going to come last is going to be the white camel. Stick that down there. If you look closely here, you'll see that at the top of this track here, which goes from here to here, there's an 8 in a coin symbol. and then it goes to 5, 3, 2, 1, -1, and the one on the bottom has an X. What this means is that if lots of players have had cards here in a pile, at the end of the game these are going to get revealed and scored. So let's say the white camel did in fact come last in the overall race. This player guessed white, which means he's top because he put his card in first. He'll get 8 bonus coins. This player went for yellow, he's incorrect, so he gets -1. He's got to spend that from his supply. And the same for this guy. If someone had 2 characters had gotten it correct, the second guy would have got 5, and so on. I think the best way to show you how this game really works is to just do a quick leg. It's not very long. I've got 3 players here, 1, 2 and 3, and I'll just run through around as if I was playing all 3 places. So let's say that this guy is the starting player and he's feeling lucky. He's gonna bet on yellow 5, so he takes that tile. He's got that. He's hoping for yellow to be in the lead at the end of the leg. This moves on to this character. He wants to see what happens with the dice. He takes the pyramid token, shakes up the pyramid, turns it upside down, holds for suspense, and reveals, and it's that blue is going to move 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. Okay, blue die goes here. Blue's not going to move again this leg. Moves to the next player. Blue's in the lead, but he's not going to move again. Yellow does look pretty strong because he's on top of these guys. Maybe it might be interesting to bring the desert tile into play. Desert tile is getting placed down here by this character. It goes back over to the first player, who wants to see what happens with the pyramid. Takes the pyramid tile like this, shake, 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 die comes out. Okay, it's a 1 for white. That means that white's going to move 1. Now if you look here, white is actually in the middle here. He's going to move 1, but he's going to carry yellow with him. He's going to leave orange behind because he's below him. So he ends up going on top of green like this. So this character was pretty clever taking yellow, but we'll see what happens. Moves on to the next guy. He likes yellow too, so he's going to take this yellow number 3 tile. Moves on to this character. She doesn't know what's going to happen. It's crazy. Green is still going to move. Green could move everybody along. He could move everybody and land on the desert tile. Anything could happen. She decides that white's worth a gamble because it's worth 5. And if yellow only moves 1, white could go further. So token comes back to this guy. He decides double up on yellow. You can take as many tiles the same color as you like, as long as they're available on your turn. They're fair game. Moves on to this guy. Let's see. It's rolling time. Let's go again. Again, you can take as many of these tiles as you want as long as they're out. Shakes it up. Reveals. Oh, yellow has got 3. Alright, so 1, 2, 3. He's missed the desert. He's looking pretty good. However, green can still take this for white. Let's see what happens. This character. Yeah, let's roll the dice one more time. Let's see what happens. And out comes orange, gets a 3. Unfortunately for him, that's 1, 2, 3, which sends him back underneath blue. Uh-oh. Back to this guy. He's pretty confident that yellow is going to win, but green could spoil everything if it rolled a 3. So that could carry white onto the top. So he takes a white tile as well. Moves on to this guy. Is white worth taking now? Maybe not. It's time to roll again. This guy loves his rolling. Shake, shake, shake. It's definitely the green die, the last die in there. And it's a 2. Oh, okay, that's a bad. So these two guys land on the desert and they go underneath here. One thing that I didn't do actually when I was demonstrating this was every time someone lands on one of these tiles, the owner gets a coin. So at that point, when green landed on the desert, he would have immediately gotten a coin. In fact, that happened twice this round. So he should have 2 extra coins for this round. Once all the dice are placed on the tents, it's time to score up for the round. So Nigel here, he got the right answer twice actually. So he's going to get 5 plus 2 is 7. He's also going to get a coin for this, 8. But this one was incorrect, so it's a -1. The white camel came in 4th. So he's got 8 minus 1 is 7. So there we go. 7 Egyptian pounds for him. The middle guy here, he got 1, 2, 3 coins for picking the pyramid and 3 for the yellow, getting that correct, so he gets a total of 6. So there we go. And the character on the end here, she got a coin for rolling the dice, but she also loses 1 for choosing white, which ended up 4th. So she breaks even, doesn't get any coins this leg. So the token passes on to the next character and another leg would begin. The camels stay in the same place. Don't move the camel. Everybody gets back their oasis or desert tiles, and all of the tiles that they had picked will go back onto the board for the next leg. Ta-da! And also the dice get picked up and thrown back in to the pyramid for another leg. We're going to fast forward to the end of the game now. Let's do that. Okay, so after more legs, all the camels have made their way up to the top and they're about to reach the finish line. Yellow, who was winning earlier, is at the back, is now an underdog, and white somehow is in the lead. Each of our characters have had a card placed in the loser pile and the winner pile for the entire race, and I figured we would just see what happens to explain the end of the game. So this guy is going to roll the dice, and let's see what happens. First camel over the line ends the game immediately, so it could be any of them right now. And it's green hitting a 1, which places it on top. Now this is interesting because if white rolls a 1 or more now, it will go over the line, but because green is on top, green would win. So green is looking really, really nice right now. I think this character would choose the green tile for really obvious reasons there. Okay, next guy, yeah, I think green, that's probably good. Back to this guy, he's like green, no way, blue, he's got the best chance, let's do blue. Over to this guy, she thinks it's time to roll the dice, so let's see what happens. Shake, shake, shake. The blue camel rolled a 2, 1, 2, which now puts the blue camel on the top. Okay, this guy is gonna decide, oh, maybe blue's a good idea after all. I'm gonna take this blue tile. Moves on to this guy. Oh, just roll the dice, I can't take it anymore. Shake, shake, shake. Oh my god. Orange has rolled a 2 and is now on top. I swear I did not rig this. And the next character is gonna roll the dice. If yellow gets a 3, I swear. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's mad. That's absolutely crazy. Okay, let's just say this guy rolls white. White's gonna pull everybody over the line. Well, that was a bit crazy. As you can see in this game, anything can happen, like literally anything can happen. Yellow is the winner. All the camels went over the line. Okay, so let's score up. All of these are incorrect, so they all lose a coin. These guys will get coins for these. Let's take these piles and score those as well at the end of the game. So this is the pile for which camel came last. You do them in reverse order, so this character decided that orange was going to be last. He was incorrect, so he loses one of his coins. Bye bye. This guy thought that green was going to be last, also incorrect, loses a coin. And this character thought that white was going to be last, which is correct, actually. Fantastic. So she gets 8 coins. Alright, there we go. And now we take the pile over here, the winning pile. So this guy thought that green was going to win. He was totally wrong, so he loses a coin. And this character thought that white was going to win, also wrong, loses a coin. And this character thought that green was going to win, also wrong, loses a coin. At the end of the game, you count up the coins and whoever has the most is the winner. So that's Camel Up. It's crazy random, it's a lot of fun. It's a really cool game. I think you'll have loads of fun with it. You'll play it in about 20 to 30 minutes usually after your first game. The components are amazing. The camels are beautiful. They stack up really nicely. The dice are very clear. Thanks for watching today. Please subscribe to the channel and like this video. Thank you very much.